Hello, my name is Nell, and I have things to say about disability, chronic illness, and mental health. I live with all of these things, as do many other people, and here on my channel, I talk about them. I talk about them freely, and I want to add to the safe spaces that we're creating so that people can talk about these things and know that they're not alone, that they are not fighting these battles alone. If that sounds like something that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Come back every Wednesday when I upload new videos. Let me know what you think of my videos in the comments section, and if you know of somebody who would benefit from my videos, please feel free to share it with them. I've spoken about self-harm on my channel before and my very long and complicated relationship with it. And these days I'm doing well. I am quite emotionally and mentally stable, and I'm finding that I'm not needing to rely on self-harm or resort to self-harm as much. But I had a realization the other day that I almost felt sad about it. I realized that now that I am feeling balanced and stable, I probably won't self-harm as much, and I felt this pang of sadness and grief, like I was losing something. And I thought, that's kind of sick. That's very weird. Because in the past, my self-harm was what I went to when I felt so full of emotion but had no way of expressing it, no way of drawing it out of myself. I couldn't cry, I couldn't speak, I couldn't yell. The only thing I could do was bleed. That's the only thing I could do to draw out my emotions, to just let something out of me. But now I'm in a really happy relationship, and so if I'm feeling overwhelmed, I have somebody to talk to, I have somebody to cry with. And so before I get to that bottled up explosion level of emotion, I'm just letting off the steam. And so I'm not just exploding everywhere. I'm being able to regulate things more. And so it was a strange way that this realization happened. I was chopping vegetables and I cut my finger a little bit, and I saw the blood, and I realized I'm not going to see that much. And it made me sad. And I got concerned because it's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. And I talked to my therapist about it. And I said, I feel so conflicted about this because I shouldn't miss this. I shouldn't, I shouldn't miss it. It's a bad thing. Self-harm is a bad thing. I shouldn't miss it. And she caught me on that. She reminded me that my former psychiatrist put a lot of guilt on me for my self-harm. He made me feel very guilty about it. He almost likened it to, well, he said it was an addiction, which I agree. But he also really put it in the sphere of being an unhealthy coping mechanism, which I don't think it was. He would say that it was causing really serious harm to me. And I thought, well, it's causing superficial scars. It's not causing the same kind of damage as, alcohol abuse or drug abuse. And it's stopping me from doing worse things. But he really did fill me with a lot of guilt over this. And my therapist said that for her, she is thankful that I had it as an outlet because it probably saved my life on more than one occasion. In a strange way, having self-harm probably stopped me from committing suicide on multiple occasions, because it helped me release emotions before they did completely overpower me. It gave me a release at a time when I really needed it. She said it's okay to grieve that. It's okay to grieve a toxic friend when they were the only friend you had. It's okay to realize that you don't get to hang out with that friend anymore, even if that friend was a bit of an asshole. It's okay to realize you're going to kind of miss them. You had your ups and downs, but they were still there for you at a really, really tough time of your life when you didn't have anyone else. And that's what I'm going through right now. Self-harm has been my toxic best friend since I was about 12 or 13 years old. It's been there for me through a lot. And I'm having to learn how to rely on other things, how to let off steam in healthy ways, which I haven't really done. I mean, I've done them over times, but that's always been a backup. And now it's sort of, I don't really need that as a backup. I don't see myself doing that. But it's okay to grieve that. You know, if you've been an alcoholic and then you know that you're going to be sober, I think it's natural to realize, okay, that's a huge part of my life that I am now putting behind me. It's okay to grieve that. It's okay to grieve that that was once a part of you, as toxic as that was, because in some way it might have kept you alive. It was something that you relied on. It was something that you might have needed at that time of your life. Now you have moved on, but it was that toxic best friend when you had nothing else. So I'm grieving my self-harm. I'm putting it behind me, and I'm glad. And who knows? I don't know what will happen. Honestly, who knows? But right now my relationship with it has changed, and it's okay. I'm learning it's okay to grieve it because it's my toxic best friend that I'm moving on from. It's okay to grieve it. Complicated relationship, to say the very, very absolute least. Okay. That's all for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Bless.